A lot of this will be about how much Zeka can abuse being on this champion that's somewhat overtuned on this particular patch. He has found success on it in the Kesper Cup more recently.
I feel like
Fenrir is in such a weird and unique position as he's only just been promoted to the main roster and already... Okay, never mind. We're flashing in. Cuzz just going to throw Kanavi into the wall. Fenrir is going to move up. Effort waiting over the wall. They know that they're getting first blood, and Cuzz,
he's almost out of help.
Yeah,
I think running out of
trade of two resources here as Cuzz going to come in. BDD, it looked like he was baiting that, and indeed, he kind of was. Kanavi not going to have the flag and drag for the next little while. And the Twin Fangs come out. It's another one as the second kill comes in for Kate. That's really weird. Speaking of weird, Ambessa I've felt has been kind of strong versus perfect. And he wants to hold this wave, actually doing a great job doing so. And Zeka holds the wave himself. Okay, Purgatory comes down and misses. Now Zeka gets flashed on! That outplay was so sick from Perfect, and now the Impale in this bottom lane. Kanavi is going to put them in the Cataclysm, but Effort, he flashes away. Kanavi survives, but the minions block the culling, and KT win everywhere! The flash in, and Cuzz is going for even more. It is going to be the ankle landing on Delight. They'll settle for that kill, and KT move to 4-0. Going for the Heartsteel.
Yeah, the belt first I feel is a lot weaker with the nerfs, but it's still okay. You still get the heal and the bonus health, just you can't be bursted easier. Wow.
Oh no, Kanavi just absolutely baited. He had to guess. And it was, wait, just give it to him, Kanavi. You did not. I guess you have been casting Kanavi for a long time. Maybe you guys are on that level. All right, Gumayusi going to get ulted. The flash in from BDD to deny the relentless pursuit, and he yells at Delight as well. Going to be sinking in these fangs, and man, this Cassio does some damage. A double kill here, and KT moving to 7. Just in general.
Yeah.
Unless you got Fate's Call.
They're playing the Herald here. This is a very fed KT.
Yep, double teleports coming in as both the Ambessa and the Rumble making their way over. Let's see whether Cuzz can lock it down, and he does. Tries to find the Impale, does not, as the Eye is still sitting there in the pit. BDD comes on over, and now Cuzz just finds the Ambessa. Kanavi off to the side, gets on top of BDD. Oh! It's a 4-man ultimate! And he is going to be taken down, but not after killing absolutely everyone. And the Skana grabs the Eye. Perfect is looking for it, and Effort gets the max range anchor to guarantee the ace as Delight gets burnt to a crisp. KT in the lead, and I think that he's probably got money to spare as well, given how cheap these first two items are. Bounty gold goes over to Zeka as he takes down the turret.
Yeah, it's pretty big. And instead looking top.
Oh, there's the Purgatory, throws down the Equalizer. He's definitely dead. We'll do a bit of damage back, but I think HLE should be able to get away with this one. BDD just going to tidy up the wave.
Oh, Zeka didn't get to pick up the soul, though, afterwards. That's a little bit unfortunate. Had to scarf up from that one.
Yep, subpar. As Cuzz, with the Gumayusi, picks up a rock, throws it at him, and that is going to be the end of the story there.
Throwing rocks at him. That's his general vibe right now.
Could look to a dragon, as...
Don't contest this dragon, but
yeah.
do contest the earlier one.
So you can see how strong this champion is, even from a deficit. As he is going to throw some nails into Fenrir here. Actually finds the ulti, and Fenrir gets the barrier, and there's the combo! Puts down Zeka, not before almost dying, I have to say, but still, KT will keep their AD carry alive and shut down this lock.
Oh, looking again, though.
Okay, Cuzz is over here. There's the Flash Cataclysm. Fenrir just trying to use that Bloodthirst. So the Impale connects onto Gumayusi, finally able to take down this Misfortune as Kanavi goes underneath the turret. But there's the Rumble to do the damage. BDD finally gets here, and HLE realize it is time to run away. Cuzz going to help Zeus do so just a little bit here, but not without Perfect backing him up. And now Delight is just going to get poisoned and removed. The cleanup just a little too powerful here from KT as they get revenge for their new AD. That's going to be a tough one to come back from. And that's without even talking about BDD, who is kind of the main character right now. Oh my god, Fenrir just walks up to Guma and takes half of his health bar, and Kanavi's just dead. Anchor is going to be able to find Zeus after the dash as he tries to ult his way out, but Effort is going to catch him. He's slammed into the wall and put down by Fenrir. And all the while, Perfect puts up a wall of flame that they cannot walk across. Without a jungler, without a top laner, KT should be able to grab themselves a Baron.
KT just playing levels above HLE right now.
Lane. Fire kick going to land, but the trade in the rock is pretty scary. Anchor finds Delight up to the backside, and he is executed. The bullet time going to be enough to take him down there. Now KT with the Baron, looking for this inner turret. Oh, whoo, okay. Yeah, flag and drag, pretty good timing on that one, as Effort was obviously looking for it. He's throwing boulders towards this lock. And HLE, I just don't think they're going to really be able to do anything about this. I think giving up this inhibitor is going to be the first step. And then, oh, the max range anchor. Once again, they're looking to lock down Kanavi, and they'll do so very easily. Fenrir's damage just kind of ludicrous right now. But now, Zeka throws in some Purgatory. Couple tagged with it here, as Gumayusi is going to be walking away. But he was running extremely quickly. That is largely because of those stacks. Okay, out of turret falls finally on the top side of the map, as that anchor definitely wasn't about to hit anyone. I think expecting someone to flash out of the way is now Gumayusi just getting completely poked out. Does find the culling here, gets the big ol' heal, but the bullet time just destroys them all! And the Impale was gorgeous. Into the backline goes Zeus. The anchor to follow. Gumayusi now trying to layer the damage down, but the answering kill is going to be there. Relentless Pursuit gets out of this equalizer just after it went down, but it's still almost burnt him to death with how fed this Rumble is. And KT, they move it up to about a 7,000 gold lead, and it just feels like...
And suffering from the gold deficit the team has. Oh, Kanavi might be dead again.
Oh dear, he's on a miasma. There's a Petrifying Gaze, and yes, BDD will kill him. No way that you can even get the Q out. This Casio 8-1-6.
Yeah.
24. Yeah, challenges for BDD obviously here in this one. They'll take another inhibitor. That is going to go down in the mid lane. We're looking at a Baron being up in 45 seconds. Might be what KT are going to... So much more interesting. The DN Supers in Game 2 had a composition and a game position that was looking really good. As now Cuzz is going to miss kind of everything. The culling is going to land on a BDD, but he goes golden. The arm guard's fantastic. Kanavi gets the Cataclysm off. Effort will be taken down, and Zeus finds the double. There's the Impale to come through. As HLE, they find the misfortune, and they keep themselves alive.
Just a generational caster case right there. I'm honestly...
I mean, I was in the middle of saying, this is still throwable.
Oh my god, I'm actually impressed that I was able to do that. But yeah, they 1 in 10 job, and who cares? They won the team fight. They're going to get a bunch of bounty gold here. BDD out of position a little bit without...
For this one, so much more on the line for HLE, though. They have to deny this dragon. Kanavi staying on it right now. The teleport in, and Kanavi looks for the Cataclysm. Immediately has to cancel it. Here's the ultimate. Picks up the misfortune. Beautifully played. Zeus stays out of the Impale as well, but Guma goes too far forward. This time the equalizer is gorgeous, and he's burning them all down. Perfect now alongside Cuzz and Effort. Wants to take down Zeus, but he sidesteps the anchor. Cuzz down so low, but it's another flame spitter, and they'll be able to take him out. And now they just need to stop Zeka's back. This could be game over.
It could be. They're peeling back there now that he's just picked up a bunch of stacks after losing all of them.
Yeah, still able to run really quickly around.
Oh, Zeus!
Oh no, that was not the blast cone he was looking for. Equalizer stops him from being able to make it back to the rest of his team as well, and he can't get over the wall because there's no flash. Oh no! Zeus is going to fall down, and now the Baron, which is up and available, should belong to KT. A 4 versus 5 just feels like a bridge too far.
Especially Zeus being the one who goes down, the one who did so much in that last fight, but it's a great trap from KT playing around that vision. Perfect is hunting for Kanavi, has spotted him. No way he gets into the pit now. They're just going to push mid instead.
Yeah, that's more stacks over to BDD as well.
Oh,
he gets
cut off is coming.
Oh, yeah, BDD looking for the angle here. Petrifying Gaze could be so scary. He finds it onto two. So much damage onto Kanavi. Gumayusi at least is able to help take him down, but the anchor to finish him off. He just drops it on his head. Oh man, justice for supports. I'm voting for Effort even though I don't have a vote. Kanavi going to be running away here. Zeka as well. Nowhere near this fight. Is just trying to escape towards the northern side.
Another
and now
TP?
Teleport in from Perfect. I think they're looking to finish this one off. Unless Zeka goes for a base race, which would be...
They have Baron to recall, but he has Lichbane. He actually does so much damage.
Yeah. And so, let's see whether he stays.
Guys,
see whether he can take... Yeah,
guys, you need to recall.
Yeah, well, Perfect is going to go back. He's going to lose. Wait, this could just be the end. Okay, he does back away. There's the Impale to come on down as Zeus throws out the ultimate. Effort just trying to stand in front of his teammates. Kanavi is just free food here for KT, unfortunately.
This is unfortunate.
That is not the teleport that Zeka was looking for. The anchor does go through him as he goes into stasis. Dashes out of the way. There's the Purgatory. Fenrir this time is able to dodge out of the way of it though. The flash in from Zeus to try and take down the Misfortune will fail this time. And Gumayusi gets knocked up. Hit by everything. Effort is ridiculous, but Zeka will be able to finish off this MF. And we were saying it, man. I love the Legend group this year. This is absolute ridiculousness. As one Nexus turret is going to remain, and BDD, I think, is going to come down and stop this funny business. KT will be taking game number 1 in our final series of the week. But I really hope this...
Too long ago, increasing the damage resistance he gets from his W to kind of crazy levels. So
yeah, it also just fits this composition so well, right? Like,
yeah.
Kanavi comes in, delivers really old or kind of new. There's a lot going on there. It's perfect fun and a great angle here towards Zeus, who's down to 100 health himself. KT fighting back in a few of these lanes.
Oh, Fenrir could be in trouble.
Yeah, Fenrir is going to be able to face check him though. And that means that HLE weren't able to surround this core.
Oh, what a flash.
Yeah, the flash gets out of the way. Effort wanting to find an angle here. The Aegis just soaks so much. Effort wishing he had the Pulverize back, but it is still... Fenrir, what do we do? Fenrir, he's using his Valkyrie like an equalizer. That was ridiculous. Cuzz is going to be taken down for first blood. There goes Effort as well. KT just fell apart, and now Zeka is looking for the angle.
Windows to KT when the lights are actually on, and he's just continuing to farm, continuing to pick up these camps. Dragon going to be secured. He
does need to do his best to deal with them. Does have barrels in order to do so. As there's a Pulverize, bit of a delivery here as Delight is kind of scattered around. In goes Kanavi though. The Unleashed Power not going to do nearly enough onto Delight, who had the Aftershock, even survives that last Dark Sphere and walks over a control wall. You will theoretically be in a better spot than the Jhin, who really does want to hit like 3 or 4 items. As there's Paranoia in, they do throw down the ulti on to Zeka, who tanks up the turret for a little while. Delight trying to deal with it as well, but Kanavi underneath this one, oh no, will be very capable of tanking it up. And oh, okay, I think they will get one back. There we go. Cuzz finds the kill on Kanavi, and they go 1 for 1.
Just what I'm thinking, even with Cuzz there, they can't turn the play around and BDD dies, and then Kanavi just a little bit too aggressive.
Oh, okay, Fenrir, I see you. Will he be able to find the angle? The flash forward! The phosphorus bomb, and he solo kills Duma! Impossible to kill. And even Kanavi is very durable. Problem is, no one on HLE is providing a target for KT to go in on. Zeka does look for a bit of an angle towards Perfect. Let's see. Effort goes in, gets the Pulverize, but there's the curtain call. Effort tanks up a bit of it. As let's see whether this Gragas will be able to get out. He does. The Unleashed Power onto Kanavi will be a kill over to KT. That took some shenanigans, but they're able to get it done. And oh no, there's the double. Boom goes the dynamite as Zeka locks them both down. Zeus gets kill credit for one of them somehow, but still, really nice answer here from HLE.
And just when you think KT have found a way,
Fenrir looking to try and do it again. As he can play around the vision here. Delight gets the Taunt Flash, but there is the stun. Oh my, the cleanse so good out of Fenrir. Keeps himself alive, and they take down Delight. This guy's Corki is absolutely out of control. As now Cuzz has to flash away. Effort's moving in. Cuzz walled off, but there's the flash Pulverize onto Zeka. Perfect finds his way back in, but I don't know whether he really wants to do too much other than take a drink, and that's exactly what's going on.
Effort saves his flash. It's like, I want to save this flash for a better moment. Well, that's perfect.
The wall, giving them a little bit of information back, but man, Zeus is able to control so much space. Doesn't get the stun. The curtains have been called though, and Kanavi just sticking on this Baron with Zeka's DPS to help out. Now Delight goes in. Zeus is going to go golden. All the while, the Baron was being started and continued here by Kanavi. Locks that one up, and now Zeka finds the damage and down everyone.
And in this play, It's just difficult to approach. Zeus gets a double stun into death. Another stun.
To at least try and get some bounty gold back here, but the inner turret is going to fall. Bit of a juxtaposition from the last game, where Zeus was doing the same thing. X-Splash from Effort was thinking about going aggressive on that one, but then thinks better of it. You can understand why. This game is in a very rough spot. Finally, the Gragas does manage to get through that turret there, but he is still only on one item. There are 3 fully completed ones on Zeus. Like, this gold lead is really getting to some absurd levels. 3,000 for both solo lanes.
Look at the mid lane item comparison.
Yeah.
Like, think how long it's going to take BDD to cut through these health bars. They're not even that tanky. It's just enough. Whereas Zeka...
Of course he's going in. Well, they're going to try and find the scatter. That is a dead Kanavi. They're looking to try and take down Fenrir here, who's able to move himself out of the way, but Gumayusi, he finds the bullet. Still, it's a double kill for Cuzz. Zeka trying to get the damage down. There's the scatter from BDD to try and lock that kill up. Force of Will not going to quite connect, but it's a triple for Gumayusi. There is a penta on the table if he kills BDD in Effort, but it looks like they are going to get themselves out. And Guma just going to be dealing with these inhibitor turrets. Teleport back from Zeus. They want to end this game right here and now. X-Flash from Effort, not going to be taken once again, as BDD just wanted to deal with these minions. They are fully buffed up, though, as this last siege minion just going to get pulled away here by BDD.
She took him out, and he's able to pick up a triple as a reward.
Gragas and Alistar up and available, but I don't think it even really matters. May not even get there. Gumayusi will find a Deadly Flourish onto Perfect. Yeah, he's doing plenty of damage. As Effort just trying to do what he can. And even if KT find the engage that they're looking for, I just don't think that they have the DPS. That's what makes this so difficult. As the flash in from Zeka, and they will just blow up BDD. Not any way to play the game whatsoever. Cuzz is going to Grand Starfall in, looks for a bit of an angle, but they decide to kill Fenrir. Effort is going to be there. Triumphant Roar keeps him alive. Down to the egg goes Zeus, and a cask is beautiful. But honestly, it's a little too late. Zeus goes golden, keeps himself alive, and they will all survive to take down the KT Nexus and bring us to... on the top side of the map and then try and team fight their way out if they can find the right angles. The problem is, if HLE get map control, vision control, that it was being taken down, but you can see Cuzz beelining it towards the top lane. Perfect. Hits level 6, looks for the ulti into the wall. He'll find it, and Zeus! He's just dead. Need to invest the flash for either of them in order to get that kill. So very nicely done. And I think it was necessary about these being taken. Kanavi should be able to take the first one very comfortably. Delight here trying to help out, but Effort's going to move down. There's the ult in. Wild growth from the Neferi, and down goes the Seraphine. Nothing they can do about that one, but BDD going to get dove on by Kanavi. He sacrifices himself for it, though, and the arrow, it sails by majestically and does absolutely nothing. Now it's Zeus' turn to try and fight, who flashes on top of Effort. He will be able to get that one. The flash away from Fenrir, the Slurkle to help. The triple kill for Cuzz.
Cuzz just goes unchecked. Yeah, I mean, I'm not faulting Zeus for this. I think he was doing what he could to salvage it, but Cuzz unchecked.
How does he outplay this? Looking for a fight, and the Hextech Drake does actually do a fair bit of damage, as we can see.
Look at Cuzz's angle.
BDD doesn't have flash, but Kanavi dives on top of him. There's the wild growth onto the Annie. The Encore is gigantic, and it's even the Drake secured by the Dragon Lady. She'll go down, but not before killing the Lulu as well. And BDD, no flash, no chance. Cuzz just has to get out.
The difference this and it shows why it was so important for KT to... Oh no.
Oh dear. There's a wallop, and there's an R, and there's a dead Zeus once again. Wow.
In terms of items.
Well, there is the arrow, and it doesn't matter what items you have if you can hit them cross-country like that.
I feel like this is... Oh.
All right, Zeus finds the ulti here. Nice boomerang does come down as Perfect just going to hop out of the way to buy time. Some cinders being picked up as well, and Cuzz is going to move in.
Oh no.
Zeus just going to get ulted by Cuzz, and I think that will be the end of him. The Mega Gnar comes in at perfect time as well, and it was a nice little idea, but ultimately didn't work.
Zeus just not having a fun time this game at all. And tower will go down as well, so an even bigger lead for this Gnar and this Neferi. Could have just walked that off. Like, he was safe in the play.
Looking at live, Delight just randomly flashed. Someone randomly flashed. Looked very, very weird. That is going to be Kanavi dead. I feel like coming out of replays into Kanavi being dead has just become a real thing. For a flash encore and then didn't like it. Or
Maybe
something.
Press the wrong button. Now Herald coming in, so Cuzz can go for this and Herald out if he needs to get it.
He's going to be able to steal it. There is the Shelly escape route as well. And he might even use it for a potential engage. Slurkle going to slow down the line.
Across the board.
Oh, they are grouping up.
With the BDD on this flank.
Yeah, this is a big one. Just flashes in, just kind of doesn't find too much. But Delight does have to flash himself out of the way. In goes Cuzz downtown and finds the kill onto the Shyvana. The Gumayusi just peppers him with arrows. Perfect. Finds the double wallop for the answer. Picks up the triple. Zeka's ran out of buttons, but finds one in the end to put down the Yunara. And it is now Victor versus Nah. Polymorph to turn the tides of this next fight. See whether Effort can actually use it for good here, as Kanavi finds the only point that doesn't have vision. Stun comes down, but BDD is just getting eaten by the dragon. It's a trade of jungler for mid laner, and maybe HLE are okay with it because they've done so much damage to KT off the back end. Scuttlecrab goes over, Fenrir is spotted, and does have Effort to back him up. So BDD down for another 25.
Moving into the dragon pit. Are HLE aware?
He might actually be able to sneak this one away, as HLE are all showing themselves on this mid lane. Perfect able to walk out of the way of the vision. They do spot the bad news, but this is just gone.
It's interfering. No real way to punish him. He's just going to get it and get out. Commit to more. They do get the dragon in the end, but it's a goal. The goal lead has shrank a little bit.
Oh dear, there's the ulti. Kanavi gonna get locked down and destroyed. Cuzz takes him out. That's the jungler dead again, and in the Baron pit of all places.
You can't play like that without your ult available. Kanavi gets punished, and now the Baron is going down so quickly.
My goodness, yeah, there is a smite available here as well for the Neferi. This Baron is gone. The arrow sails through the posts, and Gumayusi gets 6 points, but no Baron.
In damage on Rumble.
Yep.
That game one.
It's
We're
pretty
talking
impressive.
as if it's over. There's still some hope, but...
Cuzz is just diving underneath the turret. The doggos are going to get sicked onto Delight here, but he will just pull them back. Arrow flies out yet again. BDD with the Molten Shield, extra movement speed, gets out of the way, and Fenrir just walks up and hits it. Oh my god, he hits them all! There's the knock-up with the Wild Growth, and he just takes matters into his own hands. Double kill for the brand new 80 carry for KT. Oh man, I was asking the question before this series started as, all right, Cuzz is just going to interrupt by getting a Dragon's Descent out of Kanavi. But what I was going to say is, Jiu was just traded for aiming, right? Aiming started for KMDRX. There is a reason why KT have not changed their roster after their first match, as Fenrir is just looking ridiculous here in the LCK.
The aggression, the killer instinct from this player, serving KT so well. Looks like with Zeka in position here, they will be able to force him away, but this game has gone from bad to
That's going to be Infernal number 3. Bunch of extra stats over to KT, as the arrow, once again, going to sail on through and is going to start helping with this Baron. Kanavi is over here. Dragon's Descent over the wall is always an option. But HLE walking through a lot of vision to get here. Kanavi, can you make this one happen? As there is the Baron to the back line. It is going to be the Yunara taking down the Baron. Somehow, flashes in to murder all of them. Zeus goes down. There is the quadra kill denied, as it's a full house. Fenrir is full of Cuzzes, and KT will do it again. First it's T1, then it's HLE. This legend group is a mess, and I love it.
What a week for KT, and what a week for Fenrir. Just such confidence going for those plays, and they decimate the MSI champions.
Unbelievable showing here for this young man. And we have to say,